to go ahead and be able to use it already. So obviously a lot of you guys are probably here to see what the Dark Aether looks like. A lot of people are asking whether or not it's animated. So basically Undead Siege not available yet. So I'm guessing that means you're gonna have to grind zombies to unlock it. Like, it actually is I think I'm trying to think of how somebody described it on Twitter. I think basically a parallax effect, where if it's standing completely still, it doesn't move at all, but actually as you rotate it, the skin does look animated because it has changes on the inside of the skin, which is super, super cool. Dude. Okay, so for those of you who want to know what Dark Aether looks like on the MX9, you see right there. So it does look like basically the gun changes as you move it. So if you hold it completely still, it looks like it's just a static skin, but as you move it, it like animates itself. All right, so we got Dark Aether on. Honestly, on the DLQ, it doesn't look that good. It also doesn't look reactive at all in the DLQ. It looks more reactive on the Rytech. Not, I think reactive. Like, reactive is in it moves as you rotate it, you know? What if we throw it on the Locust? Imagine we could do Dark Aether on top of the blueprint. That'd be crazy. Will it show us? Okay, because it looks like it moves more on the Locust than it does on the DLQ for some reason. Maybe it's the more that it covers. One of the guns that always looks good, I feel like, with every camo is the KN44. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That thing. Oh, that looks good. I think partially because it has such a big stock, but the stock isn't covered up by like nonsense. I think it's the crystal ether, whatever you want to call it. To a certain extent, it's almost like you can see inside the gun, which is why when it's standing still, you don't see anything. But it's almost like it's a translucent gun and you can see inside of it. That's part of the reason that it looks so cool, is that you're like seeing different angles of different pieces on the inside of the gun. I think that's the best way to... How do you unlock it? So it looks like you're going to be able to unlock it by playing zombies, if I'm not mistaken. AS Val. Oh, wow. The AS Val looks... The AS Val covers pretty much everything. Oh, wow. That's really pretty. That's super, super cool. I feel like this is the best example of it. Like in the AS Val, you can see, especially in the magazine, you can see how in the middle it like changes as you rotate it, and you're almost seeing the inside of some of the other sides of the gun. Super, super sick. QQ9, SMGs, Cuckoo 9. Let's see what the Cuckoo 9 looks like. Cuckoo 9 looks all right. You can see it more on the area close to the magazine. It looks like it's changing a lot as you rotate it. I'm not sure why it looks that way for that specifically. Also on the stock, you can see it a lot. That looks super, super sick. Is there anybody out there that's going to say this is not the best camo in the game? I feel like we're all kind of in agreement on that, right? What's a gun with like a lot of overall just like space on it, where honestly, the Arctic 50 might look really cool with it. Yeah, the Arctic 50 looks pretty sick with it. It is a little bit, I feel like it's a little bit darker than the others. You don't get as much of the ether effect. Trying to think what else could look cool. Chopper? I don't really think the chopper would look super cool with it. DRH is probably going to look cool with it if I had to guess. And to see if there's any... Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, especially on this side right next to the magazine. Oh, that looks freaking sick. Oh, man. Oh, this is beautiful. That's super, super sick. Fennec, please. Yeah, I guess if the Fennec is going to be meta, take a look at it. The thing is, guns with smaller bodies are just not going to show it as well. But this is an exception because they put it on every single part of it. Oh, that's so cool. Even the magazine. For most of them, the magazine doesn't have the Dark Aether on it, but they put it on the magazine as well. That actually is beautiful. Oh, wow. That's nice. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, it looks very nice. You want to see some shotguns? Why do I get the feeling that the HS2126 is going to look sick with this? Oh, yes. Oh, Hitman's going to be so excited for this. Oh, yeah, that looks good. I feel like it's more crystallized on the back of this one as well. Oh, yeah, that's super, super nice. I love it. Obviously, the KRM's the go-to for a lot of people, so we'll throw on the KRM. I feel like the more things that you have covering up the Dark Aether, the worse it looks. This has a ton of area that's covering it up. I don't know. I don't love that. This one's not my favorite. Is Bobby sick? Yes. Bobby is indeed sick. They're buffing the striker. They're buffing the striker. Ooh, the striker. Striker might be the best one. Oh, man. Especially on the magazine. On the magazine, it just looks super sick. Wow. The 117. True. The 117's getting a buff as well. 117's getting a buff. Like I said, for me, it's mostly about how much of the gun is actually covered in the crystal ether. And for this one, it's not that much. You got part of the barrel that's covered up, part of the magazine that's covered up. Not my favorite. I saw a lot of people asking for the Man of War as well. I feel like this one has high potential. That one looks pretty good. It's not my favorite. There's a lot of interspersed parts that are covered up, but not terrible. There are worse ones. AK-47. For all the BR fans out there, I don't think the AK-47 is going to look good. I've got a feeling the wooden parts are going to be completely covered up. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm right. Yep, that's actual garbage. Oh my gosh. F's in chat for... I'm assuming that's going to get changed, right? I'm assuming that's going to get changed. That looks absolutely terrible. It seems like the guns that have the most like wooden parts on them are the ones that look worse with it. M4 doesn't look bad. For me, it's whether or not the magazines, for the most part, get covered up by the crystal ether. GKS looks pretty good, but the grip and the magazine don't get covered in it. But it looks pretty nice. The GKS is my baby. Let's see. RUS 79U. All right. Let's see what the RUS looks like. RUS is all right. Anytime you got a brown magazine up next to the dark ether, I feel like that just kind of kills the effect of it, you know? Like, one of the reasons that I think the Fennec is one of the best, if not the best options, is because there is no part of it outside of like the iron sights that's not dark ether. So even the magazine gets covered by it. Oh, it's just beautiful. It's just absolutely freaking beautiful, you know? Chopper. I don't think I have the chopper unlocked. I don't think I can even check it. I haven't been able to get into any games, so there's not really a way for me to check it right now. I can try it on some of the LMGs though. See what the Holger looks like. Holger's not bad. I like the way that it looks when you rotate it with the Holger, especially like right above the magazine. And maybe if you use like one of the... Honestly, let me see if I upgrade the Holger and then put a different magazine on it, how would that make it look? I am curious about that. Oh, that's freaking sick. That's so much better. See, with some of it, it's going to be about how you customize the gun and everything else. That is beautiful. Oh, I love that. I'm glad I tested that. Let's see. SPR. There's a lot of people asking for the SPR. I don't have any of these unlocked. They didn't give us any of the Marksman rifles for some reason. The LK. All right. Let's see on the LK. Unfortunately, the magazine doesn't get covered by it, and there's a lot of the barrel that's covered, so I personally don't love that one. ASM 10. Feel like the ASM, the magazine's not going to get covered. Yep, I kind of figured. I wonder if they'll change that. Obviously, it's the test server, so there's not 100% chance that it's all going to look like this. Outlaw? Can't test the Outlaw. Wah. You know what? Let's just test out the M21. Imagine the M21 looks the best. Yeah, M21 kind of sucks. Maybe XPR looks the best. Wait, wrong one. XPR is not bad. Could be worse. The scope gets some of the effect, which is nice. I like that. The BK. I feel like BK has some potential right here. Really depends on how the foregrip looks. Actually, I guess that's more of a handle than it is a foregrip. Yeah, I kind of figured both the handle and the magazine. It looks a lot better on this side than this side because you got that one giant panel there for no reason. But maybe if you... Let's see, if I upgrade the BK, I'm gonna try to not like waste all my stuff. Say there's not really any way we can change that, but maybe if we change the ammunition, maybe like the 40 round reload will get covered. Seems unlikely, but who knows? Hey, there we go. That looks better. All right, so it looks like a lot of the attachment magazines actually do get covered up by it, which is super nice. I do like that. Okay, that looks a lot better. ICR. Oh, I feel like the ICR is going to be one of the best ones. Oh, man. A lot of parts that get covered. The magazine, the grip. I think for a lot of these, it's going to be if you put like a different magazine onto it, it automatically does get covered up. So obviously, most people are going to use some type of different mag whenever they're playing. We'll see if it does it right here. Yeah, so it looks like for the most part, that is going to be the case where if you put a magazine attachment on it. Oh, melee. I didn't think about that. I want to be able to get into a game and get the freaking wrench. That'd be nice. Let's see. The knife looks very meh. I think I have a knife skin that looks exactly like that, actually. Yeah, we don't really have a whole lot of melee options. I wonder what the FHJ looks like. Hey, that looks pretty nice. That's not bad at all. And plus, you're not even going to see the majority of the other part. I like that. FHJ looks pretty sick. What's the Smurfs got for us? Smurfs looks pretty good too. At the end of the day, the Smurfs is a Smurf, so we'll see. I feel like MW11 will probably look pretty cool. Not bad. Obviously, you're not even going to really see the handle anyway whenever you're... Does this look like way more textured to you guys than the other ones? Or maybe it's just because it's more zoomed in because it's a smaller gun. 3x scope? Ooh, that's a good point too. What guns did I get? See people asking for the Razorback. Razorback looks pretty good. I saw people asking for like a 3x scope. I feel like the 3x scope will get covered too. What did I level up the Holger? So if I equip the Holger and then throw like a 3x scope on it. Okay. So we'd get that on there. Honestly, that one might look better, but so that doesn't get covered. I wonder if there's like specific scopes that do though. Maybe? What if we put that one on? Yeah, I don't think any of the scopes are going to get covered. Bison and Cordite. I don't think we have the Bison unlocked. Let's see. Cordite looks all right. There's a lot covered by iFergYT. The bottom part of the Cordite looks really nice, but that giant panel on the side, I feel like kind of kills it a little bit. A lot of you are probably spamming guns that I've already looked at. So if I'm not reading your comment, you might want to rewind in the stream and try to find that one specifically. We can't try the Amex, the FR, or the Peacekeeper. I'll try the HVK real quick. Oh, HVK looks pretty good. Not too much of it getting covered right there. And you could probably make it look different with a magazine attachment. Max out the DOQ and then check it again. That is a fair point. Maybe if I have like a different barrel on there and everything. What's like the longest barrel possible? I guess the free floating and then like a skeleton stock. And then we throw on an extended mag. And then maybe even I wonder if suppressors get covered. Obviously, this is not a build I would ever actually use. Oh, I wonder if they... Wait, it already has a bipod even if I don't equip the bipod. What am I doing? And then I guess we'll throw that on. Okay, what does it look like now? Not much better. Looks like for the most part, barrels don't get changed. I do like that the scope is different though. The stock is slightly different. Maybe if I use a different stock, maybe like a strike stock and maybe a shorter barrel. I don't think it's going to change a whole lot. That stock definitely looks a lot better, but also it's not a great stock option. So I think this has high potential. Let me upgrade the MSMC. Maybe get like a magazine on there. What's the fastest one? 36 round. Is there a way that I can change the way that the little brown thing on there? I don't think there is, but that does look pretty nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you everybody for joining the stream. We've been sitting at over 4K on YouTube, which is pretty crazy. Let's see, anything else? You know what? We'll try out the HG40. HG40 doesn't look bad. I think part of it is that it has such a skinny body that it doesn't really make... It has diamond with attachments. Oh yeah, I think they changed some of the diamond skins too, right? If I go... What did I just upgrade? The MSMC? Ooh. Diamond all the way down the magazine. That's pretty nice. What if I throw a barrel on there? Oh, Marksman barrel. What do we look like? Oh, Marksman barrel. That doesn't look great, but that does. I like that. That's a pretty nice look. Is he in global? No, this is a test server. HBR. Just a reminder, this is an official COD stream. Thank you to COD Mobile for sponsoring. If you haven't already, you can download Call of Duty Mobile using the link down in the description. We'll go over epic skins like GKS Cyan, HS0405. What guns did I get epic skins for, chat? Can you remember? I got an epic DRH. I could try that. Cybersecurity. Oh, imagine. Just want to be able to look at it. No. And for the striker, it's not going to make a difference because the skin is not going to change anything. Yeah, the skin doesn't change anything for that. So I think those were the only two epic skins that we got. We also got a new member over on YouTube. I appreciate it. Juna, bronze tier membership. Welcome, welcome. Type 25 looks pretty good. I think if we upgrade the Type 25 and put a nice mag on it, I think it'll be looking pristine. What's like the weirdest looking 46 round? If we throw on the 46 round, oh, what? That looks pretty weird, to be honest. Just because of the odd shape of it. Please check all the new barrels for ARs and snipers. Appreciate the $2. New barrels. Oh, yeah, the barrels have different looks now. I forgot about that. Yeah, they changed the appearance of a lot of the barrels, which is pretty cool. Oh, and okay, so this is actually super cool. So it looks like it gives you the overall calculations for how your attachments are going to change it. Oh my gosh. Okay, Amax looks pretty nice. Very nice, very nice. Okay, okay. Just my normal, whatever I had last time. Levy 2. Bay. Let's see. We didn't get to look at the Peacekeeper or the FR either. Peacekeeper looks all right. FR looks all right. Not bad. Let's see. What else could we not look at? The Outlaw. Outlaw and the NA45. Ooh, the Outlaw looks good. And if you throw a different mag on the Outlaw, that'll change it too. The scope looks nice. I like the Outlaw. NA45, please look terrible. Yes, it looks terrible. They didn't put anything on the scope or the barrel. Eat it, NA45 users. Ooh, the chopper looks good. They got pretty much the whole thing, even the magazine. Very nice, very nice. Let's see, which SMGs could we not get? The QXR, the AGR. I think the AGR, yeah, the AGR looks pretty good. Get a different mag on there, that'll cover it up. QXR. A lot of parts covering it. Maybe it'll change if you get a different barrel on there and a magazine. Bison. Yeah, Bison kind of sucks. Not gonna lie. Let's see. We didn't get to check out the Echo before. Ooh, Echo looks pretty good, even without a different magazine. And it covers the handle too. That's nice. That's pretty sick. Marksman. We didn't get to look at any of the Marksman. The Kilo looking pretty good right here. I dig it. It's a little dark on the barrel, I would say, but overall not bad. Barrel and the magazine not covered. Not a huge fan of that. SPR is one. Ooh. Ooh. They did good by the SPR. Especially changed that stock. I wish I could know what it looks like with like a 6x on it. That would be nice. MK2. MK2's stock looks really cool. I feel like it's a lot brighter than most of the other ones. That looks really nice. I like how bright the stock is. Pistol. Deagle looks all right. I wish the handle wasn't covered, but you won't even see that in game, so it's not the end of the world. Renetti, same thing, and it's got part of the barrel that isn't covered too. It's not my favorite. Okay, I think we looked at all the ones that we hadn't seen. There's a couple that I haven't looked at yet. Like we haven't looked at the M16. M16's all right. Any of these I didn't look at. I think I've pretty much looked at all of these. I think I looked at all of these. I have not looked at the S36. It looks pretty mediocre. UL 736. I have a UL 736 skin that looks exactly like this. Glad that I bought that. RPD. RPD looks pretty good. Stock looks nice. And they covered the the magazine. I like that. M4 LMG, I don't think I looked at. Oh, they covered the magazine for the M4 LMG? If we can change up the barrel, might be looking nice. Might be looking kind of nice. Never looked at the Chickum. Chickum does not look good. Don't think we looked at the PDW either. Oh, the bottom part of the PDW looks good. Top part sucks. Pharaoh kind of mediocre. Too much covering it on the top side. For any of you asking for guns that I'm scrolling past, I have already looked at them if I've scrolled past them, so you can rewind in the stream to find that. Honestly, the HSO 405 doesn't look bad at all. I could rock that. I don't think I looked at the Buy 15. Stock in the buy 15 looks good. If you run the no stock, it'd be pretty ugly. All right. I have looked at every single crystal ether camo. Shorty? Wait, is the shorty an option? Did I scroll past the shorty? Oh, I did. Totally missed it. Ooh, I like that. I think the shorty looks pretty nice. It looks more texturized as well.